Here at the Africa Internet Business Summit, we have Mr. Willie Crawford, all the way from the United States of America. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. My first time in Nigeria, and I'm absolutely loving it.
First time of being in Nigeria. Very interesting to have you, Mr. Willie Crawford. And so, tell us first about your background in the internet industry.
Sure, I started my internet business in 1996. I was at that time in the United States Air Force, and I wanted to find something else in case I decided to leave the Air Force. So 6 years before retiring, I built my first website. So I've been marketing goods and services on the internet for 17 years, basically.
For 17 years, you've been involved in the internet industry. And now, prior to this time, even in our generation, people looked at it as more playtime. The social media, search engine, get information. But beyond the playtime and search information, what are those viable business tools that we could get through the internet service?
Well, I use social media and all those tools for the internet service. I started before Google, before Facebook, before any of those, before eBay, before PayPal. I was online, and I've always been selling mostly information products. So a business, I would think, would put out some type of information giving advice on whatever their product's about, and then they, at the end of the free information, tell people how to visit them to get the services they need that relate to that information. And you can do that on social media with a fan page or starting some group on Facebook. So it's the same. It's just another medium for advertising, basically.
Well, since you say it's advertising and also business, tell us those dynamics that have changed using the internet for business so far.
Well, the dynamics that's different with the internet as compared to other businesses is that you get feedback instantly. I mean, you can run an ad on Facebook or on Google, and instantly you know how much you're paying for each visitor you get through the door of your store or your online shop. You know instantly how much it costs per customer, and you know what's working and what's not working. So you can very quickly test and stop doing what's not working and keep doing what's working. If you can't get it through into your subscriber's inbox, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. So the first thing you should do is you should spam check each email. Most autoresponder providers have you click a button and it will score your email. It will tell you how likely it is that the ISPs will view it as spam. And I like emails with a 0 score, but if it's below a 3 or 4, it'll probably get delivered to most ISPs. If you don't have that spam checking capability built into your autoresponder provider, then you can just Google the term spam checker, and you'll find a number that you can a number of sites you can visit where you just post your text into a little form, click the button, and it'll score your email and tell you what parts of the email are like, or what's probably caused it not to be delivered, and you can change those sentences or whatever.
I don't care where you come from. My dad was executed on death row on national TV in the U.S. I come from the hood, from more places than most of you would never know. So my challenge today is only one thing. You're in front of many people, and people have paid a lot of money to put you in this room. What is it that you're going to do to change the people's lives around you? What is it that you're going to do to serve your country and your people from here on out? I had a choice. I was 99% I was supposed to go to prison because my dad was executed there. I don't choose to do that. I choose to hang around a whole lot of cool people like yourself, travel the world with my friends, and just have a great time. So my challenge to you today is, what is it that you're going to do to change your lives, your kids' lives, and everybody around you? Because if I can do it, trust me guys, I know you can.
A lot of people have very terrible upbringing and backgrounds. You talked about your parents going to jail and all that.
Right.
Now, what was the difference that you made not allowing that affect your life growing up?
Well, think about it. We talked about it earlier today. I mean, think about the kids in Africa that have to walk 7 miles for a glass of water. I've never had that bad, that are starving to death, right? So we have a decision in our life to change that. It's whatever you want to do, whoever you want to be, you have that ability to be that, right? Then why not be that person, right?
Wow, that's very interesting. Because a lot of times people allow those negatives to hold on to their lives, and then it makes them become destructive rather than being productive. Now let's look at today's summit. You're talking about apps and how custom apps in the internet industry can be utilized to transform businesses. Tell us experience using apps in the industry.
Well, I mean, apps, you can have opt-ins, which is going to give you build your list. It actually can get you more motivated toward your clients. I mean, you're going to have more interaction because just like in China, most people don't realize even before you go into a restaurant, you can order your food by an app. Okay, so why not do that for your business? If you want leads to come into your business, create them. Create an app or go out and have somebody do it for you so your business is closer, right? Because the more and more that you engage your client and the more they feel loved, the more and more they're going to do business with you, right?
Now tell us how you use that to transform your business over the years. How many years have you been in business now?
I've been doing construction and the real estate business for over 25 years.
Real estate business?
Right, yeah. So I started doing it for myself about 6 years ago and I just exploded. I mean, we flip houses every day. I mean, I have a lot of guys that we work with. And mobile apps is just another avenue of income stream for me and my partners, right? So as long as you understand the business, it's a great lead generation and you can nurture that campaign and then you ultimately make them become your customers.
I'm here with a very interesting personality all the way from the US coming to speak to us, and it's been wonderful having him, Mr. Louis Brown. Great to have you.
Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed being here. This is just an amazing conference.
Amazing thoughts from you shared today. Now, the first thing I'd like to know is you're called the king of cash flow. Tell us how this evolved. I mean, this must have come into your business background and everything that you've been involved in over the years.
That's true. Well, I actually became the king of cash flow because I realized that I needed cash flow. I needed dependable, predictable monthly income. And I said, how can I create a business that actually provides that to me? And I discovered real estate and the ability to actually be the bank for our customers, and that produces the dependable, predictable income that I'm talking about. That is what you're learning here, the internet, and our real estate business works the same way. Our real estate business continues to operate even when we are not there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way that my wife and I could be here for 10 days in Africa unless we had a business that was operating without us being present. How many of you like that plan? Yeah, baby. Now that's what I want you to see, that once you get this ball rolling, you do not have to be the one that rolls the ball.
As technology grows and you start to get greater bandwidth, right? And I think every one of us up here probably makes money this way, is putting on webinars. We'll do a webinar. You can use a webinar like the one with Pure Leverage, and you record it and you bring people to it, and then you tell them to buy whatever it is that you sell at the end of your presentation. You give them really good content, you give them some information, and then you say, I have this for sale at the end, and I'd like for you to click this link and buy this. You're going to need to work out the details with how you're going to take credit card and how you're going to do this stuff, but those are minor details. But you can use it to do that. You can send the link to 25 people and say, show up for my webinar. I mean, hell, you guys ought to do it between yourself and just practice, right? I mean, make friends amongst yourself.
I always said that the moment that Nigeria got lit up, the moment that it got the internet, that it would be the next powerhouse for internet marketing, that it would be the next powerhouse for outsourcing. And several years ago, I knew of a country that was in that same position, that was the Philippines. And I banked on that country and made a fortune. And so I absolutely know that that is your future and that's your destiny. And what's cool is that, you know, I was in the Philippines at the beginning of this thing. And the questions that you guys are asking today were very different than the questions they were asking back then. You are much more informed, you are highly educated, and so the zenith that's going to take place is going to happen even faster at an accelerated pace. And the next time I'm here, you guys are going to be experts, and I can't wait to be a part of that.
Come on now! Yeah. It's going to be an interesting time in this summit and a lot to learn. But there's one key thing for every business and organization to understand, that you have to be online, you have to know what's happening even with your competitors, and you also have to be dynamic in your business. Internet is key, and if you're not in the internet business, you may fizzle out.